just sitting my GCSE exam less than 45 minutes ago. I've left the exam hall within just under half an hour ago.
Well, you know what that deserves. You know what that deserves, don't you, Nick? I think that deserves a Ray Liotta.
I'm Ray Liotta, and you're listening to James O'Brien on LBC. If you build it, they will.
Thank you. Well,
you're very welcome. How did you get on?
I think it went well, but what I'd really like to get to the point is that I can completely sympathise with the extreme stress students are under, and this is intrinsic to Michael Gove's 2014 reforms, which have made the GCSEs at the minute so cripplingly hard that the 2017 pass mark for a maths GCSE was 17%.
Shut up.
And 24% of students are still failing that. So all he's done is wasted taxpayers' money in order to reform the GCSEs, and once he's done that, deflated the grade boundaries. He's between a bit of a rock and a hard place, isn't he? Because he can't inflate the grade boundaries, because then you'd have 40% of students retaking their maths GCSEs. But if he deflates them, he gets criticised for having ridiculously low grade boundaries. So why not just keep the old system in place?
I'm reluctant to speak. I think you're amazing.
Well,
that's the best analysis. That's the best analysis I've heard in 10 years.
Thank you, and I think the problem's this as well.
Go on.
Is that O-levels, when you sat them, Mr. O'Brien, and I presume it was in the 80s.
You can call me James.
And when you did, thank you, and when you did so, you would have sat, on average, students sat 8, 9 O-levels. Now students are sitting up to 10 or 11 GCSEs, the same difficulty as O-levels. So the problem is you have content just as hard, but even more subjects going on.
How many papers will you have sat by the end of this summer?
I will have sat 23 papers by the end of my GCSEs, and I have one friend who will have sat 30 papers at the end of his GCSEs. And moreover, it's even more consistent than O-levels, where you had gaps of a couple of days. I've had exams every day since the 15th of May, albeit a gap of a week, which occurred during half-term. So it's not only the quantity of papers, it's also the relentlessness of them as they happen day after day after day. And I think, personally, this is just an testament to Michael Gove's judgment, and if he's done what he's done to the education system, to the environment, God help us all.
I think, do you want to do my holiday cover next summer? Seriously, I think the listeners deserve to hear more of you, Nick. And
I mean, I'm glad they've entrusted him with plastic straws. I think that's about the only thing he can handle, looking from where I'm standing.
They're the blue passports of environmental policy. Would you have a view on what his rationale was? Because you're clearly a young man who's given it a lot of thought. What do you think he was trying? If we were to be generous and charitable, just for a moment, what do you think he was trying to achieve?
Intentions were good.
Yes,
but I think it's very easy for him to look and think students need to be more rigorously academically tested when he's an ex-Oxbridge scholar.
Yes.
He's a very intelligent man, risen to prominence in government. Academically, he's one of the academic elite, as the civil servants advising him around him. So it's very easily, when they're the ones that would have fared well in the exams, to think that students need to be rigorously tested. I don't want to overestimate the personal bias they could have, but I definitely think it played a subconscious role. Moreover, I also think that they wanted to appeal to some of the electorate who see young people as being mollycoddled or snowflakes and wish to perhaps, in a sense, prepare them and punish them almost for it to an extent.
Brutalise them.
And I think by doing that, it's playing to the narrative of that section of the electorate. So I think it was twofold in that case. One, his personal prejudice, and two, him playing to the electorate who want to see young people tested more rigorously because they feel they've been mollycoddled in the education system. But just because that may be the case doesn't mean he has to go to the point where the pendulum swings the other way. He took things too far, and it's the students that shall pay the price for it. And they have, just as I can attest to 45 minutes ago.
I don't know how much you listen to the programme, Nick, but you're one of the finest callers I've ever had, whatever your age.
Thank you.
The ability to express yourself, the facility, the intellectual facility, the neat exposition, the concise explanation. I hope you won't feel patronised when I say I'm pretty sure you're going to do all right in your exams.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, Mr. O'Brien. I just wanted to voice the views the students who are affected by this, because I feel that they're not given a voice.
Well, you always have a voice on air, and you've done them all proud. You take care and good luck. Gosh, that's quite a moment, isn't it? It's lads like that give me hope. Seriously, look at the mess that we're handing on to them as a result of all this ludicrous tribalism and absurdity, and taking offence at people, taking offence at people, taking offence at people, taking offence at people, taking offence ad infinitum. These lads just, and young ladies, young women, just have to cut through it and get on with it. No wonder they're all so stressed.